If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, House on the Road subscribers and followers. Every time you make a move when you're out here living, there is an adjustment period of getting comfortable with the surroundings. Let me give you an example. If you've ever moved from one house to another house, it takes time to adjust to that environment. As you sleep at night, you may hear new sounds, whether they come from outside. Maybe there's a train that passes by that you've never had to deal with. I remember when I moved into our house about 10 years ago, we were about a block and a half from the railroad tracks, and the trains would come by, and it waked me up every time. Well, over a period of time, I don't know, a month or two, I mean, I got used to that, the trains coming by, and then I never even woke up through it anymore. Or maybe the heater makes a strange noise that you're not used to, so that wakes you up, or you're always like, well, what is that? So every time that you make a move, you have to adjust to your surroundings, and it takes some time. Now imagine that you live out here as a nomad and you move frequently. In our case, we try to maximize the amount of time we stay in one area, 2 weeks, but then every 2 weeks you're moving, and so it takes that adjustment period. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit. The reason I thought of this video was we were looking for water. Now, we've got a setup now where we can park in a parking lot that has a water spigot, whether it's a city park or a rest area, just anywhere where it has water. We can go get our bucket of water, get in there, into the camper, set up our shower, and we can take a shower. Or we can do the laundry inside the camper. So all this can be done inside the privacy of our camper. But Carolyn, having social anxiety, and I get it a little bit because I was a little uncomfortable. I'm not saying where I just didn't want to do it, but I understood that being right there in a parking lot, in a city park, with cars all around, and kids playing in the playground, swinging and running back and forth, making noises that we weren't accustomed to, was very difficult. Trying to get in there and take a shower. As I was taking a shower in the city park the other day, I heard somebody yelling, "Hey, stop yelling!" Well, when he said, "Hey," I got this, whoa. Is somebody getting ready to knock on the door? And I'm here, taking a shower in all my natural beauty. What is going to happen? Is somebody, upset that we've parked here or that we used water? So when he said, "Hey," all these things ran through my head. I immediately shut off the shower and I'm like, "Oh no, Carolyn, what's going on out there?" So she's looking out the window. It was very uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable feeling. Well, with Carolyn, it took us a while to even find a area that she was even comfortable with doing anything, whether it was laundry. We went to a city park, a very small city park, and she said, "No, I don't want to do this." As a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago, we stopped at the city park again. And we decided to just go ahead and sit there, and there was nobody around. So we went through our activities, filtering water, doing some laundry, taking a shower. Well, somebody pulled up, and they just started staring at our direction, looking at our camper and different things. And I understand why they did it. They were trying to understand what it is we were doing. Not that we were doing anything wrong. We weren't. There were no signs that say we couldn't use the water. The water was quite available. We weren't using excessive amount of water. We weren't hooking up to a hose and filling up our tanks or anything like that. It was one of those knobs where you had to turn the knob and hold it, and as soon as you let go of the knob, it would release and stop the water. So to someone who has been in the town, for a long time, and all of a sudden they see this big old camper pull up and two people in there, using the water, it does get them to staring at you. Now you feel very uncomfortable. It's going to take you some time to adjust to these new surroundings. When I got out of boot camp, I stayed at my dad's house. I didn't live there before I went into boot camp, but during the time I was in boot camp, Dad moved into this new house. When I got home from boot camp, stayed the 2 weeks, I went and stayed with him. Well, it was a new house, new everything. I just came out of the boot camp, and so one morning I woke up, and I bet it felt like a minute at least, but it was probably only 10 seconds. I was completely lost. I had no idea where I was. I was just froze in bed. What is going on? That happens out here quite frequently. I wake up in the middle of the night and I see the moon shining through the window, and I'm like, why is the moon shining through the window? And I know this sounds strange. Why is the moon shining through the window? But remember, last week the truck was probably pointed in a different direction and there was no moon. You know, maybe the moon was coming over the hood of the truck, and now it's coming over the side of the truck. And so I woke up and it was strange. Well, even at that same campground, I woke up that morning or the next morning, I don't know, and I got directionally lost as to where the truck was pointed. And then you have to adjust to the noises, the new noises, every time. Now, it's not so bad if you move from one campground to another campground in the same area, but if you're moving from one campground or one national forest to another state to a different national forest, everything becomes strange. New sounds, new smells. When you walk outside, new trees. I mean, just think about it. Just the other day, we were at the Badlands. Now, that's even in the same state where we're at now. Right now, we're in the Black Hills. And 88 miles away, we were in the Badlands. It's almost like a desert over in the Badlands, just as far as you can see. And now, you know, here we are in this forest, and you have all these surroundings with birds chirping. We didn't have that 2 weeks or a week ago. We didn't have birds. At the Badlands, we had the cow smell. Now we have pine tree smell. Now, don't get me wrong. All this is just wonderful. It's a wonderful new experience to have the pine trees, and last week we had cows. But when you wake up and you're disorientated, that can be quite overwhelming. So this is something that you should be aware of. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy try.